Hi, it's Chastia. We're normally live on YouTube on Saturday nights per the last week or so on this 8-week BAMA that's now going to continue to August 31st. But for the past 5 weeks, my team that and the people that are on YouTube and some of the what you'd consider light workers and ancients from the first round that made it through follow me, and we're very powerful beings, and we've activated and aligned, and on Saturday nights we've been doing these washes live on YouTube. I was in 3 different time zones as we were doing them because we were clearing these final energetics from the ancient architecture to realign us energetically so we don't keep circling. I keep hearing weird cracks and things on my roof. And I'm very unpredictable. The one thing you'll never be able to do is predict my moves, because I can't even predict my moves. What we proved, but we've known all along, is the energy that these factions are even tapping into is human energy, and nobody's given our consent for them to be able to utilize it for what they've been using it for. And that's why we were here to rebirth everything, so that when these times came, and I called it BAMA, and I called it BAMA for a reason. BAMA. What we do know for sure is that everything was being harnessed down here, and the natural way that this planet rebirths and the human beings rebirth, and everything is a natural process that was being tampered with. And we've known that for a while. That's one thing. Okay, so then how do you even attempt to turn off some type of harvesting soul machine in the middle of a harvest? And then how do you ensure that the human race is going to be able to survive whenever you turn it off, because it's been on so long that nobody even knows what to do when it's not on? That's why the blood had to be healed. So I put out those physics today, and those are physics that brought in, that's 2018. Those are physics that came in when we had to link into Stonehenge, when we started understanding what was happening and what they were about to do, because again, we've been mirroring them the whole time. So I don't think anybody really has any idea how powerful those washes really are. And whenever we do them and whenever we write them, then we walk it. So how we ended the week 4 wash is separating the lavender and the lilac energies from purple, because purple would be your archangels, but it's an X. And the X is lined up on the cardinal cross. That's how the X held on a cardinal cross. However, even the X had an X. You can call it the mutant X. You can call it the grays. You can call it whatever you want. Whatever you want to say that freaking crept in the back door, because it really is all those things on every single dimension. That was on an X on an X. It was a double cross. Okay? Everything when you're dealing with Mary is a double cross. When you think you figured it out, well, then just go a little bit deeper, because there's another one right back. Because everything to do with the feminine is a double cross in the end. Now here's the deal: we ain't gonna give away the freaking all the goods. I mean, what happened in Iran last Saturday happened when all of us were on a live on YouTube. If I wouldn't have changed it last minute, we would have all been in a happened when all of us were on a live on YouTube. If I wouldn't have changed it last minute, we would have all been in a high. We'd have been in a freaking meditative state when they did it. But I got the message and was like, no, we need to align. And so basically I was doing a cartwheel in the backyard whenever they did it. And if you understand energetics and you understand how these energies were getting here and how they've been tailing us this whole time, that's why I'm not on YouTube right now. Because here's where we're at. Here's what I can tell you. This is Paige Cubs energy, baby. The whole collective right now, what's happening right now is the entire collective is building up our energetic body, and there's got a whole bunch that are putting on armor right now. There's a whole bunch and a bunch of different dimensional aspects that are putting on their armor right now. Even though we got one more week of Page of Pentacles before the Knight of Pentacles shows up. But when we get to the Knight of Pentacles, Knights Templar is fired. And this is what the collective's been waiting for. This is what everybody's been waiting for, an energetic to come as a force in order to push us all ahead. And that is what's happening. But we have to consciously build it. And you can't just like make yourself queen of the castle. There's a process that we go through, and we're going to be going through this process every single year. This is just the first year. This is just the first year that we're building it up together. So this page energy sucks balls. Anybody ever pledge a sorority or a fraternity? Being a page is being a pledge. Now, when you're coming out of the masses and you're coming out of this and you don't even understand any of your abilities, you have no idea how it's all connected, you've got to witness in order to figure things out. You are helping. Everybody is helping. No matter it all works together. It's a beautiful process that you basically live through by yourself in groups at stages. But this is massive collective all over the world. This is energetics that are coming in from the macro that have already gone through what you'd consider a crysted process, and with Venus going into the beginning of Taurus and going over Taurus, in Uranus. Uranus is on Pleiades. It's leaving the Pleiades right now. Uranus, literally everyone's fixing to get some smoke blown up their freaking coccyx to spin your root chakra out of a false alignment. And it's already gated to catch everyone when it happens. And all these energetics are already set. We've got armies in it. Everybody's got their different energetics in each different individual band. All of the steps have already been laid. There's a way out of every single program. There's no way that you can get caught up in any single program. There's no way that you can mess up as long as you're trying to help and use your abilities for the whole, not just yourself. If you're trying to do something just for yourself and it has no value to the whole, then you might as well freaking just forget about it, because you ain't going to get it, because the energies that are coming in and playing out like a story with everybody that's getting on the ground, and you will personally rise by assisting the collective. You're no longer going to be rewarded for hurting the collective or getting or da 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 to make yourself whatever. Because energetically, that's not how the system takeover is written. We have to make mass change quickly. And it's already been dictated in the hires how it's going to happen. Most of us have been waiting and had to go to all-out holy war in order to hold on to the boxes that we came in with. But we did. And not only that, we held on to them just long enough so we could connect them and blow it up so there wouldn't be any fucking attachment to it on the under. These are your heightened new gifts. These are your heightened new telepathy. It's going to be a higher connection no matter. And then guess what happens when you go higher? You go lower. You can't go higher without freaking digging up something. And everybody forgets that part. And then everybody wants to like get up to the high part and then blame people down here. Well, that's exactly how you get caught in one of these freaking energies for a really long time. And trust us, it's best to go around once and then jump off the ride as quickly as possible. We've learned. So Page of Cups energy right now. Everything's about stories. Week 6, week 7, this is all going to be about stories, prophecies. It's all the in-betweens. It's all the journeys that have been walked already. It's all the prophecies that are laid on the in-between and how those have matched up to this point. Because the story's already been written. It's waiting to see who's gonna click in and walk the stories. Continue to walk them. You landing in the right groove and making the right moves is all you need in order to prove whose team you're on. But it is going to be shown whose team you're on. And even if it's shown that you're playing for a team that you don't think that you should be playing with, then that's showing us something. Because if your intentions like totally pure, and then it's being seen that you're now working for, like, you're on the wrong team, well, that's showing us something. You're not in trouble. It helps you, because then you'll get instructions on what you need to do in order to maneuver out of it energetically if it's not something that you signed up for. I freaking dealt with it today. This is why we're calling in assets to be cut from set. Like, oh, it's such a bigger freaking thing that's happening right now. And all this week, the only thing that I just keep being shown over and over is the level that it was down here. Like the more that you think you know, it's the more you don't have any idea how bad it really was. We're having to freaking do this together. That's why we're here. We're here in order to establish these energetics in the human collective, not bound down into a Giza plateau and every pyramid system that a Tom, Dick, and Harry decided to build. The reason for the ancient stuff is no longer needed. It was what was being abused. It's all been connected, and now everybody down here is going to have to go through that process in order to hold it. And if you've been doing some bad shit with some energy, then you are in trouble. And if you've been messing with Giza Plateau, you're in a big trouble. Is all I got to say, because I just getting my princess energy on this one. Did y'all hear that? That was a jet or thunder. I don't know. But yeah, when you're dealing with intergalactic freaking justice, whoo, even I freaking sit down and I just go, somebody's in trouble. Because we're talking about freaking, whoo. You cannot comprehend. So I will be, this week is a big week. I will be on tomorrow and I'll go live on YouTube probably tomorrow or maybe Monday. I don't know. I'm like having to jump around. Last week I did Monday. This is the 7th week. So basically between the 6th and the 7th, between the 6th and the 8th week, what you're proving is that you have divinity. Between week 6 and week 8, what you're proving is any divine source connections. Because if you get them, if you get the messages, if you're picking it up, if like whatever that is, and you kind of have to build those within your knowledge base. So it's not even like because everyone's got them. It's are you pure enough to be able to tune into him? Because the sixth root race you're pulling from the 6th dimension, the 7th dimension is all about that shift, and it's all about divinity because it's connected into the 8th and 9th only from earth to star perspective, because you got to make that human connection and then it lifts back up. See, we had to rebirth everything from the bottom up, from the blood. We're literally connecting the cosmos into the human race right now. And we're in Page of Cups. So this is emotions, and this is processing your emotions. This is also people are going to try to freaking emotionally fuck you over probably in the next couple of weeks. They're doing it right now. They're doing it right now with this is real stuff. And then what show just started on Netflix? Squid Games. Are they not? I mean, hold on. Like, is that not exactly what's playing out? Does nobody see that? America, we got to start looking out for ourselves. Everybody else in the world's counting on us. And it's the way that you need to start looking at it. Even if they don't know it. The rest of the world is counting on us. Even Putin came out and said it. We got to start looking after us. We got to stop worrying about what's going on in the rest of the world. What happened here is what's happening in the rest of the world. United States of America is home of the founding fathers and the masonry. United States of America was always the melting pot at the end that was the final connections. They just jumped in when we were sleepy sleep and dropped some columns and some data. And slid up a slip and slide. They slid up a slip and slide on a stein. They're so not smart. They really aren't. Not without us. Not without the feminine. Not without the ones that they freaking sacrificed everything. I can tell you what we started to write, so it's already kind of happening. We definitely opened up some heart connections in Jupiter, and we're going on some treasure hunts. That's what's coming. Energetically, we've been hunted our whole existence down here in the United States, especially if you're a girl. If you're the daughter, oh my God. Woo! You're the time capsule that's connected to all the Masonic buried treasure and buried whatever the hell, minerals, whatever, ships, freaking dead bodies, freaking crowns, all of it. All of it manifests when we get here in an energetic. Us being here energetically manifests it. That's why they didn't want you to know who you were. Well, we'll just go find it. We're about to turn on our freaking seek and finds, put up some barriers and go find some treasure down here. That's where we're heading. Gotta have some knights before we do that. Gotta have some armored help before we go looking for the buried treasure, because finding it's not the problem. Holding on to it and getting back with something, that'd be the freaking millennial mystery. Interesting. I said it like that. Millennial mystery. Sounds Mayan to me. 'Cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. This is something that you're never gonna forget. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. We've been a little bit showing off in the back end this week, just a little bit, real high level. You kind of know when we pull something off, and we're all like, pretty much like nobody else knows. Like it's an anomaly. I think I might change the name of my channel to Anomaly. I don't know, it's just an anomaly. Oh. So we're at Page of Cups right now. Page of Cups, you gotta know, you gotta get deep with yourself. It's also it really is like a new start. It's a new beginning. You gotta look at things differently. I put my brakes on again on the healing stuff. I think we're just gonna get blankets out, get y'all shirts out, freaking that type of thing right now. And it ain't, just because that's how I'm seeing it going right now. It's like there's fresh perspectives on things. Take another look at it. What's that divine connection? How can you pull more people in? How can, instead of doing it just you, how can you make it you and another 2 groups type of thing? Not just you. We're muses, we're creative, we're creators. Our muse energy's coming back in, Page of Cups. Muse energy's real easy. You just gotta balance it out. We got a big muse deficit down here right now, and that'd be the problem Jupiter's handing up on. But it's real easy to work with one of us. We really are muses. We ain't got no problem manifesting stuff for everybody else. It's manifesting stuff for ourselves that tends to be the issue, which is why typically you don't accept money, because we clean money. The thing is, there ain't nothing left to clean down here. Thank you for the follow. Muses been hand the keys to the abuse. We are a narcissist worst enemy. We are here to break you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that get mirrored? We're going to break you. We're going to get to the heart of it, and we're going to freaking pull that thread to make you feel what you're fucking doing to other people. You better bet your ass. We are the narcissist's worst nightmare. And then they become obsessed. Because then they're like, oh wow, you have a lot of power and you can do this and you can do that. So then they keep you around just so that you can manifest their world like cleaning a trash can. It's what all the feminines were down here. The whole entire freaking angelic army went into SS, literally. Which affected every single person down here. See, that's the big secret. Yeah, they spent the money like water. Yes. Exactly. They, like a hot potato. Like a hot potato. And they basically had the divine feminine keys to the whole... Y'all, they had... Like, I need you to really realize what they had. This 4 a.m. club friggin' caught my attention this week, and then I went and looked up the astronomy on it. I was like, oh my God, I know what they did. Because they tapped into the Ophiuchus freaking consciousness of everybody in the... And because of the mercury that's in everybody's dink, 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 it basically... It set up an altar. This divinity is also the rebirth. This is rebirthing things. A lot of lines, a lot of this, you have rebirth, but and not everybody has to rebirth to the extent. But this is what the divine connections are, because it's also all these timelines that all of y'all claimed and proved throughout the past 7 years. It's basically y'all are taking the trapeze jump. You're taking the trapeze jump we're taking it from the 6th. And you can basically think of you jumping through the air, because there ain't somebody there to grab you. Unfortunately, that fucker didn't show up. For whatever reason, he was detained. So you don't got nobody on the other trapeze that's gonna catch you. However, when you get to the point that you're ready to let go, and see, that's also the trick, because you just kind of got to know. These are just things that because it's in the program. So as long as you're following your intuition and you're making wise decisions and not like going on some carousel ride again on an old program, because you can do that too. We ain't going to be mad. Just you're going to be pissed, probably. It's not going to bother us. That's what you need to go do. We're fine with it. We'll see you next round. But when you're jumping from the 7th right to the 8th, and so right now it's like that 6th loop, and Mars is all the way down in the echo chamber at Thuban, man. We're having to cut root systems from the Alpha Draconic lineage the way it used to be, because they got an upgrade whether they like it or not. I've been saying, what happens when you put an incarnate cosmic princess in a clone vat? And I kept saying, okay, we're fixing to find out. We're just going to build up the cosmic energies, and we're going to do it as a team, and it's going to grow every year, and you're right where you need to be. We're in Page of Cups energy. This Page of Cups is going to allow you to see your pinnacles. Literally, right now, I want you to think of all the cups, every cup, every freaking drain, every emotional drain, everything that you knew you washed, every lineage you knew you washed, every freaking person's program you freaking helped with, every freaking angelic message that you laid, every mile that you drove, every mile that you flew, every single time that your body shut down because you were processing collective energy. How about the times that you freaking lights out and had to pass out and freaking went unconscious for the collective? All those cups I want you to be thinking and seeing all those cups, because those cups are what's going to be purified by fire, and that turns into your pinnacle, and then, baby, you better suit up. You better suit up, because then we're going into night's energy. We're going in already. We wrote the night program. Everything's coachy. As long as you're not lying, cheating, stealing, and trying to freaking siphon energy, because then we're your worst nightmare. And this country needs to see some powerhouses, and those countries need to remember what the fuck they were fucking with. And it needs to go down in history, obviously, because this is where we're at. And a bunch of little girls are going to hand it to them, of course, because of what they freaking did. Divine justice is cosmic joke. Thank you for the follow. So if you're just now new over here to YouTube channel, check out Princess Chastia. And they're all this last week's are marked with BAMA, because we started. If you're coming, and where you guys come in, just FYI, just kind of notice what week you're coming in, because maybe you just need to go catch up a little bit. Just kind of fill in the blanks. My team and the most ancients of us, y'all remember, we're architecture. We have major gaps in between. We can't hold everything. That's why this collective wave that we're right now is everything. Without everybody stepping into their places and proving in between, we got no cake, man. We need the cake. The icing just won't stack up. It's like we keep stacking the icing and we're trying to build the cake, but it just freaking slithers off the top, man. It's like we're going. I'm trying to ice the freaking infrastructure. I need the cake so that we can make some freaking steps, and we can, right now it's just like, it's trying to stick. Right now, it's Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles is going to show us something. Then we're going to enter Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. And if you really think about it, that's how it happens too. It's like you push, you want it. You're going to work hard, and then you get it, and then you're like, meh. How come I don't feel like I thought I was going to? I worked so hard to get it, and it just isn't making me happy. I don't understand. Right? It's a tricky thing. Success is a tricky thing. Let me tell you. I had in business. I've had success in things. I've had success in things probably that most people haven't had, but by no means would I be considered to be, I'm the most successful ones in a lot of things in these family lines that I'm in. But whenever you're building up a collective energy like this and you're guiding it, then there's also this is why no wash today. I'm over here on TikTok sharing this with you guys instead, because it showed us exactly where our we're not gonna build too big of a wave that we can't control to make sure that everybody's learning in the process. Because the whole point is to learn. You have to learn. The only way you can learn the unseen is to get involved with is to realize that it's seen. To realize that you do have control over things that you think that you don't. I did not realize that either. The more that you know the things that you can control, you'd be surprised where the fear goes. It disappears. The doubt disappears. Then you can be. But you can't, and until you prove to yourself till you show yourself that you can get yourself out of situation, that you can come up with money whenever you need it in the last minute, if that is what your journey is. I mean, different ones of us are doing different things, but all of it, no matter, is to build things without anything, because energetically all of it wasn't real to begin with. Do you hear me? Do I need to say it again? I know it's hard to believe. It really is. It's really fucking hard to believe. I mean, that's why as God dang it, my little light. I mean, we're bringing the 90s back, baby. Don't mean that you're not going to have no internet. It might. I don't know. I don't know. I know that that's not what we were trying to do, because there really is higher systems that they're already running. We built them. They just don't want to let us in the room. Oh, is that me in that glass box over there plugged into a Hydra cord? Oh, well, let's just break that glass. 901-100. See, stuff like that's still going on. All of you that have been proven and know that you have queen and queen royal lines, I know that you don't give a shit. I know that you really don't care. I know that you aren't wanting to, like, have people wait on you hand and foot and live in a castle. Like, I know that that's not why you did it. However, put your fucking crowns on, please. Please. Just claim them. Just claim it. Just claim it and put it in your drawer. Okay? Like, right now, say, I claim my crown. Just, we'll have a party and we'll, like, line all our crowns up and we'll let everybody look at each other's crowns, and then we'll walk around and start laughing about it. But for now, just for shits and giggles, just claim your crown. Claim them. So then no one else can. Because we're done dealing with the fake ones. So we can have our party, so we can see each other's crowns. If you're reading my mind right now, here, I'm saying a word over and over. Tell me if y'all get something. I'm thinking of a specific country. It's just today has been... Yes, I claim my crown. What I'm going to say, it's one word. I'm going to say it over and over in my head. Let me see if y'all pick it up. It's 2 words, but I'm saying one over and over. No. Close, though. Kinda. The first answer is linked into it in a weird way. No. It's a country. Kinda, isn't it? They claim to be. I'm not sure. Seems to be they popped out of nowhere. Seems to be that they popped out of an oasis on a Mormon template. Thank you. Ding 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 ding. They're in big trouble. They're in big trouble. So, anyway. Thank y'all for being here. Energetically, that's what's going on. Just remember, we're working together as a collective. Remember that these energies are still connecting. We're building up energetic waves, and it's kind of like, I'm going to end it like this, because here's how it is. Whenever you're in page energy, you can't show up and be the superstar in the very beginning. Nobody likes you. And this is a lesson that I had to learn, because for us that were like big time starseeds down here who always had this DNA, it was like whenever we walked in a room, everybody just hated us. Like, it didn't matter. We didn't have to say shit. It's like, did I offend somebody? And then add on the top of that we had a whole lot of attitude, because y'all didn't understand what we were cleaning. Neither did we. Now we have a little bit better. We understand a little bit better. Now we know. What's that movie with Kevin Spacey where he's a retard? He acts like he's. Well, is that a word that I can say on TikTok when in the movie? Oh, Kaiser Soze. It's like we've learned, all right, be Kaiser Soze about this. Whenever you're in page energies, when you're swimming with the guppies, if you got a whole lot of power, don't let anybody know. Just kind of go with the flow, baby. Everybody, and that's my message, and it's temperance, it's patience. But right now, that's what it is. We're just going with the flow. Everybody's kind of gelling, and everybody's cheesecake's up next to somebody else's cheesecake that they ain't used to because it lost its separator. But nobody is like wanting anybody else to really know how many cheesecakes they're necessarily fucking attached to, because in the end we're going to be going for the gold, and it's going to be a freaking running race at some point. And so everyone's kind of like incognito in the cheesecake going, ooh, you have nuts. What's that? Chocolate. Yeah, bring that on. Ew! Coffee! When we go through this page energy, then we're gonna start getting knotted up. Now, if you haven't put your armor on, and if you hadn't been in spiritual battle, then guess what? You get training wheels. You're gonna get training wheels. Friggin', we had them. We had training. We had basically, some of us had training Russian dolls. Like, you thought you were getting us, but you weren't. It was getting rid of this doll that was the problem. The doll was taking the beating, but to them, nobody knew that we were in there behind the doll. Hint, hint. So if you've never put on armor before, and you're coming with the collective, you get some temporary armor. You get some training wheels. If you've already come through it and you're stacked, and it's like, damn, we've been waiting for you to come out, and you're like, fuck, I had to go get the rest of the army. They're like, oh, and they just keep coming. Once we come up, it's going to be like, they keep coming, 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 they keep coming. Fuck! Because all the ancients had to go back under to freaking get y'all, man. Like, everybody's up here going, I don't see them yet. Do you see them? No. Oh, they just went under. Do you see that undercurrent? Oh, wow. Hold on. How the fuck did they do that? I don't know. Write that down. We want to know how they did that. We're going to be like, give us the date and time. Let me look up a timestamp. That's how we did it. And they're like, no. That's how we did it. Those night suits come with instructions. You just got to realize you're putting on your armor. You just have to realize how many levels that is. This divine energy from this 7th week is telling the ancestors and telling your energy body what armor you need to put on and where you need training wheels and where you get the Victoria's Secret diamond bra. There's so much comedy in this. It's like, it's being lost and it upsets me. Where is my camera crew? There's so much material. Like, there's so much material. Remember, you're the tree. Remember, this armor comes with, when we talk about the druid stuff, but it really is. It's a walk between time. No matter how, I just call it that, because to me, that's what it is in the shadow between tree to tree. Druid, the bird means something, the tree means something, everything is infused with intention to make you remember. And that's all it is. Tree, every ancestor that comes here, I want you to tell them to turn left. Can you do that for me, tree? Yes. And you'll be walking along there fucking 1,000 years from now and you're like, why'd that tree take over and start talking to me? Because an ancestor freaking told the tree to tell you. See, this is why whenever we walk these lines and walk this shadow stuff, like, that's why we understand consciousness. Like, you don't have to have no DRUG. Just tune the room to it. But set a timer, because I went 6 months, I think, on some shit and didn't even realize. Like, it works. It really works. Your energy, basically, like, at these final stages, is you are the energy of monatomic gold. Like the brand and the blankets. I've been sleeping on the Pleiadian blanket. This is the Pleiades. I've been using this blanket. I've got the Scorpio colors working over here. I've got the Cancer portal behind my head. I'm staring at the cell regeneration. I'm sending out energies over here to Libra. I've got Pisces down there. I'm freaking sending messages to Pisces. I've got a lock over there that I open up and have to close every single time I open this Stargate and this plasma portal. It's not some mysterious gatekeeper up in the sky. There's ones of us on the ground with timers going, all right, put it in the oven. Okay, take it out of the oven. Okay, put it in the oven. All right, take it out of the oven. Those, remembering that you can tune things, because look, these armies that we came against, that's a one. This is what they got mastered to a T, man. As a whole new level of, they call it the quantum, and shake it a little freaky up in there. That's why when beings are watching you and you're connecting through the quantum, they're sending you messages like, how'd you just drive through that highway? I don't know. I was driving down the road and all of a sudden I was like, "Kasi kendore mi asatera mohe." Oh, did it work? Oh, so the good news is you're training. But I'm just here to remind you that in these training, you have dragon training. Everybody gets dragon training. And every level you go through dragon training. I just want to remind you that the only thing that can F you up in dragon training is not to show up and not to try. That's the only thing. Anything energetic that you throw out that is not in your favor, it's gonna show you real quick, and it ain't gonna hurt that bad the first time. The first time you're gonna be like getting mad. What's up? I want da 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 da, and your mouth is prophetic, right? So like as soon as you say it, then you fall off your chair. Your car won't start. I don't know. What'd you say? It's gonna show you the power of your mouth, and it's gonna show you not to direct that in any. That's dragon training right there. Are you gonna listen? Because if you don't listen and you keep doing it, then that's whenever your dragon gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And trust me, you don't want to deal with the main motherfucker. Or maybe you do. Because it ain't nothing but a thing. You gotta get to him some point, unless you want to share your body with him. But not everybody got to do all that either. I don't know. It depends on you. I don't know. Who are you? If you're supposed to defeat something really big, if you're gonna have to go up against, I don't know, NATO, an MJ-12, and an Antichrist all at once, then you got your training the past 7 years, and you know what I'm talking about. So all that's happening right now is when we come out of this collective, and it's already starting to show. Because I mean, if you're a knight, it's already going that way. It's already happening as you're in page energy. It's already happening because energetically you're there with the pages, but it's already being shown energetically that you know what the hell's up. Because all the other ones are starting to line up behind you energetically, whether you realize it or not. And basically the pages are following knights. The knights are taking commands from the kings and the queens. The emperors and the empresses, we're friggin' rolling up with the high priestess information. No wash today. Okay. I hope I've conveyed the message. Incognito. No pun intended. Incognito. We need t-shirts. Incognito. You're fired. I'm not doing a wash today. Everybody's right where they need to be. That's why I'm on here telling y'all, kind of like the ones that aren't following me over here aren't even getting this message right now. I don't know if I'm going to download it or not. 919. See, I didn't even tell Dawn. Like, I didn't even tell my team it's coming over. I just came over. Dawn showed up. What is this? And that's what we're doing. Mother Gaia came out, and then Mother Gaia got taken over because nobody was looking for Gaia. And the truth was, only Gaia could tell you where the hell she was, and we're doing our best in order to freaking make that happen. Then you realize, oh crap, that ain't even, oh Lord, it gets real complex. What we've had to do is basically pull the feminine out of the grits, because the problem is whenever you come to heal the world and then the world takes advantage of your healing and then doesn't want to tell everyone that they have abilities, but they want to lock up the energy and then freaking hold you down in order so that they can make whatever they want out of it, then that's whenever there's an issue, which is what we're dealing with right now. So consciousness is not a given. Getting healed bodies is not a given. Being able to jump in and out of freaking bodysuits and project your consciousness and some of it, that's freaking bye-bye. All of that was the feminine codes that they had, that they were messing with templates, and it distorted the whole human DNA from freaking doing it. Being immortal has nothing to do with your hard drive on a fucking neuro net in a freaking backup stolen body. It's basically what everything became down here because no one had creator codes. Because it wasn't time yet. It's time now. And the problem is that all this was down here, and the ones that were actually, we're not going to clean up their mess. We're not allowed. They had every opportunity in order to freaking work with us. We've written them an ending every single time to make it all right. And then they take the ending and assign the role to somebody else. And then they wonder why the whole world's going divine and they can't control them. Well, I can tell you why. But it looks like we're here for our characters. So here we go. You're about to meet the Starfleet. Just ain't what you thought. This knowledge never should have been hidden as long as it was. Nobody wants to tell on each other, so we'll just out the knowledge. Nobody wants to tell what's been going on, we'll just delete the process. However, you have to re-engineer the process to the extent that it was going on so that you have living, breathing humans. And it was a lot more detailed than we ever thought. We've already done that. So what are they going to do? This is why it's a maternal planet at the end of days and not paternal. Because you don't get to hurt each other. You're going to learn. When stuff's going on and it's not going on in your backyard, it ain't going on in your backyard. If it's going on in your backyard, it's in your backyard. Right? $10,000 years. It's more like 1 million. This is a 1,000,000-year set. It's a 1,000,000-year set. Good for us, bad for them. This is also why so many groups jumped ship because they couldn't wait any longer or whatever. This was a 1,000,000-year reset. Like, if you had a way to complete it faster than 8 years, I sure would like to hear how you were planning on pulling it off. Because the entire RH negative community was made so that we could. So y'all get some rest. This is also a good time, like, to just, there's been just lots of reminiscing Just lots of reminiscing. Stories are way more than stories. Don't let anybody emotionally manipulate you. If you have any distortions or there's anything going on that you want to talk to us about, send me an email, because I am getting some reports. Please know too that on the body stuff, we are gathering tons of information, especially on Libras. Any type of trauma, especially with deaths that have been the past 5 years, especially, we have answers. And just remember that, and I'll say this right here. I'm hearing, if there ain't no justice, then there ain't no peace. It's like, could we have come in and changed this overnight and had everyone just wake up and everything be different? Yeah. In fact, those of us who were the most ancient that had to endure the most time, we endured that time in order to teach the lessons, because what was going on down here is not going to be allowed ever the fuck again. And if nobody learns, then it just would repeat. So to all my warriors, just remember the battle's already been won. You're going to have a whole bunch coming in the middle of their battle. Recognize they're going through their battle. Give them guidance. But the battle's already been won. And follow that lead. And remember, this is totally feminine. No karma for nothing. You're in the time that the purer that you are about everything you do, the faster you deliver judgment. Don't get your dress dirty. Don't get your suit dirty. Stand on divine and deliver. All you got to do is deliver the message. No violence, none of that crap. No karma. What you learn how to do over here in dragon training is deliver a sword without throwing a knife. And trust me, you want to throw ours. They go way further. They go way further. And that's what you're going to learn how to do. Or you already have some tips that are going into the pot. Love y'all. Thank you for the follows tonight. I'll be on tomorrow night YouTube live or Monday. I don't know. I'll announce over here if it's going to be Sunday or Monday. We're just making sure that this energy is Uranus, with all this stuff going up in Uranus with Venus and how they were running the socials and what we're having to do in the back end to get a lot of this mind control freaking overlay crap, especially off of YouTube. Like, what the fuck, man? It's like Truman Show on steroids running on a Saudi AM radio station.
Bye.